Oh, I think we're back. Are we back? Actually, we are back. So sorry about that. I was waiting for the usual, But here we are. Our guest is Dr. Adedokunbo Pierce. He's a former member of the PDP National Presidential Campaign Council, and we're looking at yesterday's NEC meeting. We've been speaking about the success of it. Okay, something that has come up into the conversation. People are talking about a Wike faction and an Atiku faction. Quite frankly, there's no way you look at it. The situation PDP finds itself in today was caused by the former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar. Any way you look at it, but it's up to you. You might see it differently. Oh, I wanted to ask you about what do you think about this whole concept of a Wike faction and an Atiku faction? But don't answer yet, sir, because Bayo in Port Harcourt. Oh, I understand that we lost Bayo in Port Harcourt. Sorry about that, Bayo. I'm sorry that that call dropped. But maybe you'd like to comment on, is there really, properly speaking, a Wike faction and an Atiku faction?
I think the idea of a Wike faction and an Atiku faction exists only in the National Working Committee of the PDP.
Okay.
In the party itself, in the body politic of the party, whichever state you go to, there is nothing like Wike faction and Atiku faction. We're all PDP. And when election comes, we support the candidate that comes up. During the presidential campaign, Atiku was the nominee of the party, and that is the person that the party supported. Wike succeeded in one or two places to displace Atiku. But Atiku, 12 states, Atiku got, what happened to Atiku was nothing to do with Wike. Mainly it was the Igbo factor, the Obi factor. That is really what happened to us. So Wike is appearing to be larger than he is, to be more successful than he is. Apart from the National Working Committee, where he had influenced the election of some members, he doesn't have any influence in the party. Okay. And neither does Atiku in the party until the next election. You see, when
so you are... when people talk about the Wike faction...
Totally. It doesn't make any sense.
Let me bring...
It's fanciful.
Okay. Professor Edmund in Enugu. Good morning to you, Prof.
Good morning, Mr. Yori.
Please go on now.
Do I go on?
Yes, please.
Yes, I've been listening to your guest. He's been passionate about PDP, and he doesn't want to tell Nigerians the problem confronting PDP. One of the problems confronting PDP is that they are not truthful to Nigerians, they are not truthful to themselves.
How do you mean?
We continue to hunt them.
How do you mean by that?
Because what we are against, yeah, he's not sincere to himself, and he's not sincere to Nigerians. They are just postponing the evil's day. What we saw that happened yesterday was just a silence of the graveyard, a piece of the graveyard. PDP is bound to implode, and it will definitely implode. Let me tell you something, Yori. The problem that is facing Nigeria today is caused by PDP. If PDP had done what they were supposed to do, Buhari wouldn't have been the president of Nigeria. PDP had the opportunity to redirect the socio-political economy of this country, but they failed woefully because of selfish interest. So whatever your guest is saying there is just to cosmetize what happened yesterday. There's still a bigger problem. Wike, Atiku, Damgon, and whatever they are. They are not sincere to themselves. So I still believe that PDP, the sufferings of Nigeria today, was caused by PDP.
Okay, then.
And it will continue to haunt them.
All right. All right, Professor Edmund. Clearly, we know from what you are saying, your political persuasion.
May God not hear his prayer.
Of implosion.
Yeah. Yes.
That one about the PDP imploding.
Yes. It doesn't make sense. You know, we have problems. I was one of the people when APC was coming together. I wrote articles upon articles how it's going to implode. It has to. It looked as if it will implode. And every time it looked like that, he moved away again. They settled their differences. This is politics. These are here today, gone tomorrow gladiators. They fight all the time. Wike is fighting for his political life because right now he's in limbo. He doesn't know whether it's APC or PDP. He doesn't know what's going to happen to him tomorrow.
No, but he has said clearly that he is a full-fledged PDP man. Has no intention.
That is just in words.
Changing party. Okay.
True. He said he's a member of PDP. We cannot deny him. He has a party card. Now, he's also working for APC, and he's also said, maybe it's not true, but alleged to have said that he's going to do everything to make sure APC wins in 2027. If you say that, can you truly say you're a member of the PDP? So,
every Nigerian, doesn't matter your party, it is your duty to respond when called to national service. And
we know.
Wike wrote to the party to say that it was a privilege, but it was first.
That was a manipulated communication. Nobody gave him authority to go. If you want to go and work for the government, you have to go through the party. The party, the government itself will apply. And it's not going to be just one president. What are we talking about? This is targeted for whatever purpose. So anyway, you know, yesterday there were other issues they had to discuss, very sensitive issues that will keep the party together. There are many states where the term of their officers, ward congresses and LGA congresses have to be held so that everything will be at par. So that once that is in place, you understand me?
Yes, but did they actually get round to discussing those?
Oh, yeah. They mentioned it. That's why they said they're going to continue in August. That is to give all those local government areas, those states where their term has to be coordinated, time to do so. So that by August, all of that would have been done. Then the party will be ready to determine when it will have its convention. Okay, and so
you're sounding quite optimistic that the PDP as a party is going to be in a good stance to actually take on the ruling APC the way it is now. You seem quite optimistic about that.
You know, the condition in the country, the haphazard way in which laws are made, this is done, that some committees are set up, it's not looking good for the government. And therefore, by that alone, as the gentleman, the professor said, if we had done what we had to do, I won't mention names who were responsible for not doing it, but Buhari would not have won that election.
Okay.
After 8 years of disaster. So, if this continues, unfortunately, Tinubu is going to be the victim of the bad administration of Buhari.
Okay, spoken as a true opposition. Emmanuel in Otokpo, thank you very much for holding on. Benue State. Go ahead now.
Good morning, Uncle Yuri.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
I greet your guests and I greet all the viewers.
Indeed.
Is it like the last caller said, the problem with the PDP is that they don't value the truth. If they value the truth, that yesterday meeting, they would have told themselves the truth. Because when there is a wound, if you don't wash it very well, thoroughly, it will not heal. They just played game with themselves by keeping quiet, smiling and laughing with each other. They have not done anything. It's like the prof said, silence of the graveyard. See, PDP is heading for the grave. And I say that with very good conviction that because they have destroyed this country, and they are not willing to tell themselves the truth and tell Nigerians the truth, they are heading for the grave. Yesterday, some persons were supposed to have apologized. Ayu was supposed to have apologized to Wike and the others and to Nigerians. Atiku was supposed to have apologized to Nigerians too and to Wike. You see, everybody is blaming Wike. Wike was convinced with what he did and he satisfied himself. So I don't blame him. PDP had every good reason to make this country work when they set up that 2014 confab, but they played games with it and they didn't do anything about it. So my advice is to Tinubu to please dust that document and work with it. That's 2014 confab. And he will take the glory. God will lift him higher. He will become the hero of Nigeria. And all of us will be happy for it.
All right, then.
I pray that.
Thank you very much for calling in. Again, the way these calls come in, you have a very clear, view of the side they are leading to. So
this last caller has made a very interesting point.
Okay.
A lot of people blame Jonathan that he set up the 2014 confab and he didn't implement anything. What happened was, when he set up the confab, it was just the results came in a few months before the end of his term, and he lost that election. And because of that, he couldn't continue with the plan. Now, what should have happened? Because government, this is our country. This is whatever I say PC. I have been a member of APC. I'm now in PDP. Name anybody in top PDP or PDP who have APC who have not changed. Look, all we are looking for is good governance. Government is a continuum. It was Buhari who refused to look at the 2014 confab recommendations. That is the problem. Don't blame the man who suggested the good advice. Blame the person who did not follow up. So Buhari said he didn't want to see it. He threw it out. It was a 3-page interview in Punch newspaper. I remember. Now, this is why I said that Tinubu must restructure Nigeria. And it is the same thing this gentleman is saying, that you take the 2014 confab recommendations, and if you follow a lot of things that they recommend there, one, rotational presidency. In a country like this, now everybody, when they see you, no matter what you are, they say, you're a Yoruba man. And yeah, these are your Tinubu's people. This is the way Nigeria is. A lot of my friends during this last campaign, Igbo people, they just went to labor for no. I said, you are going to follow be you that have been in PDP all your life? What is this? That's Nigeria. So until we devolve power to the states, both fiscal and security and so on, so that states can be just like in a true federation, like in the United States. Every state must be able to handle itself. The president will be even bigger. It will be the coffers of the federal government will be much more. Can you imagine if, apart from oil, which the only source of external revenue now, we have lithium coming in, we have bitumen, we have bauxite, we have gold, we have natural gas, all of these things coming in to add to oil, then we will not be trapped by this oil. Every national, international leader, IMF, everybody has been telling these developing countries, do not depend on this oil. And that's part of our problem. And that's why I say until Tinubu addresses the big issues, corruption in the oil industry, we are not going anywhere. Devolution of power to the states, implementing some of the ideas of the 2014 confab.
Okay. Wale in Houston, Texas, good morning to you. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Thank you for calling in, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Yori. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
Uncle Yori, I have a question for Doctor.
Okay.
Okay. So, people were clamoring that the PDP needs to suspend Wike because he did as a party.
Yeah.
So my question to Doctor this morning is this. Okay, will all the PDP members from Rivers State that works against PDP, will all of them be suspended as well, as including Governor Simi Fubara himself? Because they all work against PDP, all the PDP members from Rivers State. So if Wike will be suspended from the PDP, they must as well suspend all the senators from Rivers, all the House members from Rivers, and the governor himself. So my question to Doctor It says, will they all be suspended if they are suspending Wike?
But this is exactly the reason why Wike was not suspended. This is the reason why.
Okay, thank you very much, Wale.
Issue.
Dr. Pierce is responding to that question. You think this is the very reason why Wike has not been taken on?
Yes, because to confront him is to divert attention from the real issues. It's not about Wike. People have been clamoring. We must punish those who did anti-party. This 2023 was you see, you are dealing with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is a master of the media. He manipulates the media in such a way. He set us against each other. It was incredible.
Well, when you say manipulate, maybe a media strategist.
Yes, he used it so effectively. Now, you know, a lot of people went against the party because a lot of candidates came up and nobody wanted to support them in the party and so on. Some people in the party decided they would rather support APC. Where are you going to begin the suspension? Wike is not alone. You are going to suspend all the G5. You are going to suspend all including Chief Bode George, people like that, yes. Including Dr. Mimiko, including your fire share. I mean, where are you going to start? That's why I love what happened yesterday. Let peace reign.
Well, people are referring to it as a piece of graveyard.
Well, it's not graveyard. It is peace that is sustainable.
Okay, that's why somebody said that PDP didn't speak the truth to itself there. What it did was maintain the peace.
Well, but what is the truth? I mean, the truth is that you cannot suspend everybody. If you do, you destroy your party.
And that's one thing you need to avoid.
And that is why we try to avoid, and we avoided it yesterday. Yes. Also, like I said, a lot of people don't realize that. We have other problems in the party. There are about 25 states that have to reconcile their elected offices, their congresses. So we have to have congresses in ward congresses, LGA congresses, and then reconcile all of these to get ready for proper convention.
So you wanted to make sure that there were very few, if any, distractions.
Exactly.
For that. Okay, Gabriel in Minna, Niger State. Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for calling in. Good morning.
Yeah, you see, the issue of PDP Nigeria today, they are the people that led us to this problem. Like the caller said in Enugu. You see, the PDP, what they are supposed to do is to settle with Wike, because Wike is fighting a right cause. You know, before the election, they were saying, why will the president come from the north? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yes, why will the president come from the north? The chairman will come from the north, board of police from the north. Which said no. But they thought it was joking. But with all this now, you see that Wike is at the right side. So, Dr. Fancy, they should go back to Wike and settle Wike so that the party can move forward. Because PDP they are the people that caused this problem with Wike and Atiku. It is the officials of the PDP. Because I expect Atiku to mellow down for Wike so that Wike and other people can get family. Because if they were together, they would have defeated APC.
Okay.
So you understand?
I do. Well, thank you for calling in. But as you said, your advice was that Atiku should mellow for Wike. Dr. Pierce in studio chuckled. He chuckled a bit there. And I don't know, it also goes back to another thing. You said yourself earlier that you've been in the APC, you've been in the PDP, and that is the way with all major politicians in this country. Doesn't this go back to the fact that there is no political ideology in Nigeria? There is no such thing. It's convenient for the same person to be in either the PDP or the APC, depending on what benefits, come therefrom.
True. There are also, in every society, politics is defined a lot of the time by the culture.
Okay, okay.
Our culture is such that we cannot stay in one place. For instance, you're a Yoruba man. If you meet my family, for instance, they're going to call you a brother. That's the nature of
our society.
That's our culture. Notice also that the tribal element always plays a part in our politics.
In spite of the great work, the great yearning to bring that down.
This is why, for me, the solution to our problem is first and foremost reorganizing the structure, so that government can work. Without that, you know, that devolution of power to the states, what it does is to empower different ethnic groups, the geopolitical zones, so that everybody is now empowered. So everybody is not crossing from this to that, to that, to that. Your state is enough for you to operate in. And that's how you develop the state. By the way, what is a country? Mm-hmm. Is it not the sum total of all the units?
But our own is too much. Our own is too much. I'm a Nidoma man, I'm a Yoruba man, I'm a Calabar man.
Look, we have 6 geopolitical zones.
Yes.
Let us start with that. Right now, as we speak, those 6 geopolitical zones contain 90% of our people. People will not complain. But this is why they say they need rotational presidency. Mm. We've had arguments in the PDP, is the turn of the Igbo. How do you just install somebody? You have to go to election.
This is the complexity of it. But I don't want to lose out, I don't want to miss Dr. Ujab, who called in from Jos. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
Okay. Dr. Ujab, go ahead.
All right, sir. My point is this. I don't really know why the PDP is lying to itself. It's like the PDP does not really want to progress. Why did I say so? These things are simple. The PDP is afraid of telling those in power the truth. Atiku shouldn't have contested this election, number one. Secondly, if you say you want to sanction former Governor Wike for doing anti-party, what about Atiku, Saraki, and Co. that walked out of the PDP, joined the APC, and made General Buhari to get power in 2015? General Buhari sent Goodluck Jonathan packing because of the life of Atiku and Saraki. So yes, that's what they call karma. The birds have come home to roost. As you make your bed, so shall you lie on it. So Atiku should now test how it feels. Let him also test his own pie. Let him eat it and know how it feels.
Okay, Dr. Ujab, we're going to have to leave it there. We've completely run out of time. And, you know, Dr. Pierce, unfortunately, we lost precious minutes at the top. There's so many things that we could say, but in terms of matters arising from this, if I just had to, at random, pick one thing, you said that one of the things that this is beginning to show is that the whole matter of question of restructuring should be taken on with both hands by the president as a sort of a shorthand, because we don't have the time anymore. People have said largely that PDP doesn't want to tell the truth. You are saying that that's a misunderstanding of the issues.
Well, the issue is, you know, when you listen to people, you can see the vindictiveness, the anger, and all sorts of things. When you say Atiku, for instance, a good example, when you say Atiku should not have contested, listen to that. Doesn't that sound stupid? How can you tell somebody not to contest?
According to the rules that were set, but we don't have time to go into it.
The rules allow you to contest.
Okay.
If Atiku was not sold the form of intention to run.
Okay, we're going to have to leave it here.
If he was not legally able to run, he would not have run.
Okay, I don't want you to be cut off mid-sentence. I'm going to leave it there. Okay. I think you understand the country and the different nuances that are being put. But thank you very much, Dr. Adetukumbo Pierce, Public Affairs Analyst, Convener, Reset Lagos PDP, former member of the PDP National Presidential Campaign Council. I appreciate you coming on this morning.